jungle near
Yes, beta.
Dehra. One day, when grandfather was strolling down the forest path of some distance from the rest of the party, he discovered a little tiger about 18 inches long, hiding among the entrance roots of banana tree. Grandfather picked him up and brought him house. He had the distinction of being the only member of the party to have bagged any game, dead or alive.
Okay. So everyone, let's read the introduction first. Okay. The introduction is: grandfather finds a tiny tiger cub in the forest and brings him home. This is the introduction. Grandfather, okay, found one day cub of the tiger. Young one of the tiger is called tiger cub. And grandfather calls him Timothy. The name of the tiger is Timothy, and brings him like a human child. उन्होंने उसकी ब्रिंगिंग अप कैसे की? लाइक अ ह्यूमन चाइल्ड. टिमोथी इज प्लेफुल एंड नॉटी. ठीक है, इट्स क्वाइट मिस्चीवस टाइगर. हिज कंपेनियंस, कंपेनियन मींस फ्रेंड्स. ठीक है, यू कैन जस्ट राइट डाउन द मीनिंग साइड बाय साइड. कंपेनियन, फ्रेंड, आई थिंक यू नो दैट. And a puppy. One is the Toto monkey, and second is puppy, and third one is other members. So he had 3 companions. I'll ask you this question also. One is Toto monkey, second is puppy, and third is members of the house. Okay. So Timothy the tiger cub was discovered by grandfather in the Terai jungle near Dehra. So near Dehradun there was one jungle. Okay. And one day grandfather discovered this tiger cub there. One day when grandfather was strolling down, please write down. Strolling down is walking down. Okay. Strolling down is walking down the forest path at some distance from the rest of the party. Rest of the party means so many members were there. Okay, on walk, and he was just away from his party, little bit away. He discovered a little tiger about 18 inches long. So he discovered one tiger. What was the length of the tiger? It was 18 inches. ठीक है, बहुत छोटा अभी tiger cub था वो. Hiding among the intricate roots. Intricate means entangled, complex roots. ठीक है, of banyan tree. So banyan tree की जो roots थी, he was just hiding in those roots. Grandfather picked him up and brought him home. He had the distinction of being the only member of the party. So he was the only member who got any game, means here prey, P-R-E-Y, prey. This ये hunting पे गए हुए थे सारे, and he got only one prey, dead or alive. Otherwise, no other member of the party could find anything, but only grandfather was there who could find anything that dead or alive. Okay, next please, Karthik, next paragraph.
Yes, ma'am. At first, the tiger cub, who was named Timothy by grandmother, was brought up entirely on milk given to him in a feeding bottle by our cook, Muhammad. But the milk proved too rich for him, and he was put on a diet of raw mutton and cod liver oil, to be followed later by a more tempting diet of pigeons and rabbits.
Okay. So at first the tiger cub who was named Timothy by grandmother. So who gave the name Timothy to this tiger cub? Grandmother. So beta, please listen carefully. I will ask you questions after this. Okay. He was brought up entirely on milk given to him in a feeding bottle. You must have seen feeding bottle, okay, in your daily life. So in that feeding bottle, he was given milk. Mahmood was the name of the cook. Okay, what was the name of the cook? Mahmood. But the milk proved too rich for him. ये sarcastic manner में, funny manner में, the writer has written this. Milk proved too rich means milk was not sufficient for him. Okay. Of course, it was a tiger, not a cat or not a normal puppy. It was a tiger. So milk proved too less for him actually. So he was put on a diet of raw mutton. Okay? Raw means you know that without cooking, something is there. And cod liver oil. Cod is a kind of fish. So उसके liver से एक oil बनता है, that is called cod liver oil. Even human beings also take these soft gels. ठीक है? Doctors recommend this type of cod liver oil to human beings also, to be followed later by more tempting means attractive diet of pigeons and rabbits. Then पहले उसको क्या दिया? Raw mutton, cod liver oil, then pigeons and rabbits to eat. You know that tiger is carnivore और उसको इस type की diet चाहिए. Okay, next one is Gaurish, then Vaibhav. Vaibhav, any doubt or you want to read?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please, beta. Vaibhav?
Yes, ma'am. Timothy.
Okay, 1 minute, Gaurish. Okay, I think he's not here. Yes, please. Yes, Gaurish.
Yes, ma'am. Timothy was provided with two companions, Toto the monkey, who was bold enough to pull the young tiger by the tail and then climb up the curtains if Timothy lost his temper, and a small mongrel puppy found on the road by grandfather. At first, Timothy appeared to be quite afraid of the puppy and darted back with the spring if it came too near. He would make absurd dashes at it with his large forepaws and then retreat to ridiculously safe distance. Finally, he allowed the puppy to crawl on his back and rest there.
Okay. So Timothy was provided with two companions. Initially, he had two friends only, Toto the monkey, and who was bold enough to pull the young tiger by the tail. You know that monkey is a naughty animal, so he used to pull the tail of the tiger. Okay? And then climb up the curtains if Timothy lost his temper. अब जब Timothy को गुस्सा आता, he used to just climb up the curtains, monkey. Okay? And a small mongrel puppy. Mongrel is mixed breed. There is no specific breed actually. ठीक है? Mixed breed puppy found on the road by grandfather. Grandfather उसको भी घर लेके आए थे एक बार mongrel puppy को. At first, Timothy appeared to be quite afraid of the puppy. See, tiger is afraid of puppy because it was a little cub. That's why it was afraid of the puppy and darted back with a spring if it came too near. जब भी puppy उसके पास जाता, the tiger used to dart back. Dart back क्या होता है? Moved back. And with a spring, ठीक है? Spring again jump. The meaning of spring here is jump. He used to jump back. He would make absurd dashes. Absurd होते हैं strange, awkward, unreasonable, illogical. ठीक है? So absurd is strange, dashes. Okay? Dashes, the meaning is written, I think there. No, it's not there. Dashes, again, jumps, kind of. So with his large forepaws, अपने front वाले paws को use करके, it used to make strange jumps. Okay? And then retreat to a ridiculously safe distance. Retreat means go back. Ridiculously means laughable. So very again illogical सा safe distance वो बनाता था. He didn't know that it was tiger only. ठीक है? उसको puppy से डरने की जरूरत नहीं है. But he used to move at the laughable safe distance. ठीक है? Ridiculously is laughable. Finally, he allowed the puppy to crawl on his back and rest there. Finally, वो उसका friend बन गया and he allowed the puppy to come nearer. Okay, next one is Devang. Devang, please read next paragraph. Are you there, Devang? Okay, Chehek. Yes. Yes, Devang, please read this paragraph.
One of the Timothy's favorite amusements was to stalk anyone who would play with him. And so, when I came to live with grandfather, I became one of the tiger's favorites. With a crafty look in his glittering eyes and his body crouching, he would creep closer and closer to me, suddenly making a dash for my feet, rolling over on his back and kicking with delight and pretending to bite my ankles. He was by this time, he was by
That's it. So one of the Timothy's favorite amusement was to stalk. उसकी favorite activity अब क्या थी? I will ask you this question also. What was the favorite activity of Timothy? To follow anyone who would play with him. Stalk means to follow. ठीक है? To come closer to someone who would play with him. And when I came to live with grandfather, I became one of the tiger's favorites. So this narrator, when came to grandfather's house, he also became the friend of tiger. With a crafty look, crafty is cunning, clever look. In his glittering eyes, glittering shiny eyes. Okay? So he had one very clever look in his shiny eyes, his body crouching. Crouching means to sit with your knees bent. Okay? So he used to sit with his knees bent. He would creep closer. वो ऐसे से धीरे धीरे करके he used to come closer and closer to the narrator. Suddenly making a dash for my feet और उसके पास आता and then suddenly jumped, ठीक है, near him, rolling over on his back and kicking with delight. So he used to be very happy. कभी वो roll करता अपनी बैग के ऊपर, कभी वो उसको kick करता and pretending. और उसको कैसे डराता था नरेटर को, just to show that he was biting his ankles. ठीक है, उसको फॉलो करके उसके एंकल्स को खाने की कोशिश करता था. Okay, next one, last paragraph, then I'll ask you questions. Okay, Chahek, please read last paragraph of this page.
Yes, ma'am. He was by this time the size of a full-grown retriever, and when I took him out for walks, people on the road would give us a wide, mummy ke liye,
Wide berth.
wide berth. When he pulled hard on his chain, I had difficulty in keeping up with him. His favorite place in the house was drawing room, and he would make himself comfortable on the long sofa, reclining there with great dignity and snarling at anybody who tried to get him off.
Okay, beta, complete it. Then I'll ask.
Timothy
Yes.
had clean habits and would scrub his face with his paws exactly like a cat. He slept at night in the cook's quarters and was always delighted at being let out by him in the morning.
Okay. So he was by this time the size of full-grown retriever. You might have seen beta golden retriever dog. ठीक है, golden से color का होता है. ठीक है. So what was the size of the cub now? Like a full-grown retriever. Retriever is the breed of dog. If you haven't seen, you can just Google it and then you can see. And when I took him out for walks, people on the road would give us a wide berth. Of course, it was a tiger. अब आपके पास से tiger जा रहा होगा, how would you react? You will also go to a safe distance. So people used to give them safe distance, a lot of distance, ठीक है, to pass. When he pulled hard on his chain, I had difficulty in keeping. कई बार वो चेन को इस ऐसे खींचता कि it was very difficult for the narrator to handle the tiger. His favorite place in the house was drawing room. So drawing room was the favorite place. He used to sit there the whole day sometimes. Okay, and he used to sit on the long sofa, reclining there with great dignity. Reclining जब आप ऐसे support लेके बैठते हो sofa की, ठीक है? So reclining there with great dignity. Dignity means respect. ऐसे वो बैठता कि जैसे वो बहुत, he is the most respectable animal in the world. ठीक है? He used to sit with great dignity. Dignity is respect. And snarling at anybody. Snarling means make an angry roar. So he used to make angry roar at anybody who tried to get him off. जो भी उसको वहां से उठाने की कोशिश करता है, he used to give very angry roar to that person. Timothy had clean habits and would scrub his face with his paws. So he used to clean himself, ठीक है, like a cat. He slept at night in the cook's quarter. Now think about Mahmood. मुझे नहीं लगता उसको अच्छे से नींद आती होगी because tiger used to sleep in his quarters, ठीक है, at night, and was always delighted. He was happy whenever he used to come out in the morning, ठीक है. So this was the first part, kind of. So I'll ask you a question. I'm giving you 1 minute to quickly read the last 2 pages that we have read, just to see the details of things. Condition is same. You have to turn on your video. You have to hold your book in your hand. Then only I'll ask you questions. So your 1 minute starts now. Okay. So please, beta, hold your books in your hand. Then I'll ask you questions. Raj Aryan, please unmute. You are the first one on my screen. Speak something. Beta. So my question is, what was the name of the tiger and who were his companions?
Ma'am, the name of the tiger was Timothy, and his companion was one Toto Bandar monkey, which was bold enough that he can hold his tail. And whenever the tiger tried to attack him, he get on the curtain. And second was a dog.
Puppy. Yes, mongrel puppy was his second companion. Okay. Yes, Karthik, unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
How the grandfather found Timothy? Please explain.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, while walking in the jungle, he became away from his party, and while moving, he saw one tiger cub hiding among the entangled roots of the plant, and then he saw him and picked him and brought to him house.
Okay. Okay, Chehek, entangled roots of which tree?
Yes, ma'am, and tangled roots.
Look at me only, please.
Ma'am, banana tree.
Huh? Which tree?
Ma'am, banana tree.
It was banana tree. Sure. Savya?
Banyan tree.
Yes, it was banyan tree. Exactly. So one more question, Savya. What diet was initially given to him? The first diet that was given to him. First food item. Only tell me first one. So, okay, Gaurish.
I'm not having my book, so can I speak without my book?
Okay, no problem. Yes, please.
Ma'am, I think the first food item that is given to Timothy was milk. He was fed milk in a small bottle.
He was fed. Fed is the third form. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
correct. Shubh, next one, please. Shubh.
Yes.
Shubh, then what other food items were given to him after this milk? After milk,
Ma'am, he was given cod liver oil and
liver oil. Okay, or बस cod liver oil. बहुत था इतना. Sarang, what do you say? Harmeet.
Ma'am, mutton, raw mutton.
Raw mutton. Okay, or Jasmine.
मेरा भी हमीद जैसे था.
Jasmine, please unmute.
Ma'am, pigeons and rabbits.
Yes, pigeons and rabbits. Okay. Jasmine, I unmuted you, beta, but you didn't unmute. Try to unmute.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, my next question is, what type of monkey was Toto?
Ma'am, his companion.
Bache, there's much sound behind you, so you can just come to one quiet place. Then I'll ask you a question. Okay, Vaibhav. Vaibhav, please unmute. Vaibhav, I think you are having a network issue today. Okay, I'm starting from the beginning because no student is sitting with the video on, so I'm not going to ask them. Yes, Ipsa.
Yes, ma'am.
Ipsa, please tell me 1 minute. Okay, how Puppy became his friend? Please explain. What was his reaction when he saw Puppy
Ma'am,
for the first time, and then what did he do?
ma'am, firstly the tiger was afraid. Ma'am, firstly the tiger was afraid of the puppy, and he just, whenever the puppy came closer to him, he just jumped. And one day when he was just sitting,
Okay.
and he just let the tiger came closer to him and sit with him.
He let the puppy to come closer and crawl on his back. ठीक है? Dog तो पहले उसके पास आ रहा था. ठीक है? Okay. Yes, Karthik. Next question. How people reacted when they used to go for a walk with the Timothy?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the people keep themselves with a safe distance from the tiger because they used to scare from the tiger very much.
Yes. They were scared of the tiger and they used to sit at the safe distance. Shubh again on my screen. Shubh.
Yes, ma'am.
Which was his favorite place in the house?
Ma'am, drawing room.
Okay. How he used to sit in the drawing room, Gorish? Gorish.
Ma'am, he used to crawl on the, he used to sit on the large sofa and enjoy the whole day or
Okay, then
have
next.
a good sleep.
Okay, next one is Rajaryan. How he used to behave when anyone tried to get him off the sofa.
Ma'am, he tried to defend himself
How?
and
Anyone? I'm unmuting 3 students, they can speak up.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, by making an angry roar.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, mom.
By making angry roar. Okay, my last question from Harmeet and Sarang, that
Yes, ma'am.
uh, where he used to sleep at night.
Ma'am is sleep at night.
Ma'am, he used to sleep at night at
Cook's quarter.
Quarter Mahmood. Okay, now let's do this comprehension check, everyone. This you have to do in your books only, not in notebooks. Okay, sir, books mein karna hai. So we have the first MCQ, that he had the distinction of being the only member of the party to have bagged any game. What is the meaning of this phrase? Bagged any game. Yes, Amarjot or Savya? Anyone? What is the meaning of this phrase?
Yes, ma'am.
1, 2, 3. MCQ is there, beta. Okay, got it.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I think the grandfather was the
Ma'am,
only successful member of the hunting party.
1 minute. Yes, third one. Grandfather was the only successful member of the hunting party. He only got something dead or alive. No other member could get anything. Now you can complete these sentences. Toto climbed up the curtains when it's a
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, when he pulled the Timothy's leg and he lost his temper.
tail. Okay. He used to climb up the curtain whenever Timothy lost his temper. Okay, next one, Karthik. Dash, I became one of the tiger's favorites.
One of Timothy's favorite amusement was to stalk anyone who would play with him. And so when I came to live with grandfather, I became one of the tiger's favorite.
Exactly. It's page number 59. Second paragraph. One of Timothy's favorite amusement was to. यहाँ से लेके grandfather तक. Okay, last one is Timothy had clean habits. Other students also please take part. Yes, Jasmeet. Timothy had.
Yes, ma'am. Timothy had a clean habit and would scrub his face with his paws exactly like a cat.
Exactly. So he used to clean his face with his paws exactly like a cat. So I hope first part is clear. So we have just 2 minutes left. We can just read this introduction. Okay? Given in orange color and on screen pink color. Okay. Bishop, please read this introduction. Bishop.
Yes, ma'am. As Timothy's grow up, he become less friendly. He become less friendly and rather dangerous. Grandfather decided to transfer him to the zoo. 6 months later, grandfather pays Timothy a visit. Timothy is happy to see grandfather, or is he?
Okay, so beta, tomorrow we'll read how Timothy grows up like a full-fledged tiger and he became more dangerous. and then grandfather decides him to transfer into zoo, and 6 months later he went to the zoo to see Timothy, and both were happy to see each other. Okay, tomorrow we'll read this thing in these 3 pages, and we'll discuss question answers tomorrow. And day after tomorrow, we'll discuss debate writing. If you have problem, then don't write it. Okay? We'll write day after tomorrow. So I'm just ending this meeting. So I'll meet you tomorrow. Bye everyone.